What's up, guys? We are here today with the 12th shelf of my drama section. We start off with absolute classic Wall Street. This is one of my favorite movies of all time for sure, easily. Obviously, a lot of people use quotes from this movie to this day, and some people even shape their lives off of this movie, which is what probably makes it a classic. And I could sit down and watch this literally one time after another and never get sick of it. I mean, if I, could save like 10 movies, like if, you could only save 10 movies out of a fire, this would definitely be one of them. So definitely check this out if you haven't seen it before. Then we have the sequel, Wall Street Money Never Sleeps. I thought after a long period of time that it would lose its, not be as good as the original. But this was released when the stock market plummeted and all that stuff, and the housing bubble crashed and all that. And it delivers. It's great. It hits on all those notes, as well as Gordon Gekko still finding a way to get through it all. Shia LaBeouf was great in this movie as well. It's a shame he doesn't like to do big studio movies anymore because he was a great actor as well. But this is a fantastic movie, just as good as the original. Again, I could watch this over and over again. Then we have Margin Call, which I also love this movie. It had a lot to do with the stock market crash and all that stuff. And just shows you the ugly side of we don't care about our clients or the rest of the world. We just care about lining our own pockets. The cast is fantastic. Very well written, very well done. I wouldn't say this is a movie, because of how tough the content is. I wouldn't say this is a movie I could watch back to back to back to back, but I do enjoy watching this movie. This is probably one of those lesser known Wall Street movies that you should probably definitely check out. Then we have Too Big to Fail, which was an HBO version of Margin Call. It was okay. A lot of big actors in this movie, obviously. But I don't think it was as good as Margin Call. It was kind of a cheap imitation of it. So, it's worth checking out if you haven't seen it before, that's for sure. But if you want to see the better of the two movies, I'd watch Margin Call. Then we have The Proposal with Sandra Bullock and Ryan Reynolds. Absolutely love this movie. Hysterical. These two work very well together. It's not R, so Ryan Reynolds can't be his normal witty self, but he does really well in this movie. Worth checking out for sure. Then there's The Ugly Truth. I love this movie. Gerard Butler is hilarious in this movie. Katherine Heigl, I heard she's real difficult on set, but she does fantastic in this movie as well. Two co-hosts of a talk show falling in love. One's a real raunchy, one's real proper. Great movie. Definitely worth checking out. Then we have The Game Plan with The Rock. If you like sports, you'll like this movie. If you like family movies, you'll like this movie. Great blend of both. This is kind of when The Rock got into a little bit of a rut doing nothing but kids movies instead of, doing action stuff until he did Fast and Furious, but still a solid watch, that's for sure. Then we have Hitch, which is a Will Smith classic. I love this movie. Some of Will Smith's best work, maybe beyond Independence Day and Bad Boys. Fantastic cast. Him and Kevin James together, holy smokes. I wish they would work more together. But, this is an older movie. I'm sure most of you have seen this one. Then we have Love and Basketball. This is one of my go-to drama movies to watch. I love watching this movie. It blends the sports and the drama all together, with flawed characters and everything. Definitely worth checking out if you haven't seen it before. She is a great actress. Oh, her right here. And Omar Epps, you know, he's okay, but he really delivers in this movie. So check this out. Then we have In Good Company with Dennis Quaid, Scarlett Johansson, and Topher Grace. Fantastic movie. I mean, you can't, you know, this is, you know, the Dennis Quaid's boss falls in love with Dennis Quaid's daughter, but he also has to let, you know, Dennis Quaid go, and it's that whole drama and all that type of stuff. Worth checking out. Fantastic watch. You know, you should definitely make it a point to watch this movie. Then we have Chances Are. This was a movie I saw off of a video on YouTube. Well, I saw clips of it, and it made me want to go out and buy it. I had to buy it off of Amazon because no video store had it. And I was happy I did it. It was a fantastic movie. Very good twist to it. You know, husband passes away, gets reincarnated into a boy who falls in love with his own daughter, but then starts having flashbacks when he meets his ex-wife, who's now in love with his ex-best friend. You know, it's a really good watch. Definitely check it out. Then we have Sweet November. I love this movie as well. Some of Keanu Reeves and Charlize Theron's best work. I thought it was better than their work in The Devil's Advocate. The ending of this movie actually even made me almost cry. I mean, this is probably one of the most touching movies I've ever seen. Great supporting cast too. Jason Isaacs does fantastic in this movie. But yeah, you should 100% check this out. Leave comments down below if you've seen this movie and let me know what you think of it as well. Then we have Moneyball with Brad Pitt. Great sports movie. I wouldn't say it's the best baseball movie out there, but it's still a very fun watch. You know, some of Brad Pitt's better work. I love Jonah Hill in this movie. He does fantastic. Same with Philip Seymour Hoffman. So definitely a solid watch. Then we have Draft Day. I absolutely love this movie. You know, you always see football movies from on the field. You never see it from in the front office. And you'd think that it would be very boring, but this movie makes it very not so. I mean, you know, I'm not a huge Jennifer Garner fan when it comes to drama movies. I like her more in action movies. But, you know, so that made me a little nervous to go into the theater and watch this. But Dennis Leary does fantastic. Kevin Costner does fantastic. Yeah, definitely worth checking out if you haven't seen it before. Chadwick Boseman's even in this, you know, with Black Panther. Then we've got Straight Outta Compton. Another fantastic movie, well casted. You know, this is probably one of the better casted movies of this type that I've seen. I'm a big Corey Hawkins fan. You know, I'd like to see him in more stuff. But yeah, worth checking out for sure. Very, very good story. Then we have Think Like a Man. One of my go-to romantic comedies for sure. Absolutely hysterical. Great cast. I mean, they all bounce real well off each other. Great chemistry between all of them. Worth checking out if you haven't seen it before. Don't sleep on this movie. And then we have the sequel, Think Like a Man 2. It was really good. Maybe not as good as the first one, but still very, very good. You know, the other one would probably be like a 5-star movie. This one would probably be like a 4.5-star movie. So, I mean, worth checking out for sure. Then we have No Strings Attached with Natalie Portman and Ashton Kutcher. This came out the same year as Friends with Benefits with Justin Timberlake and Mila Kunis. And I believe that movie is better than this movie. But that is not to say that this movie is bad. It's still worth a watch. But if I had to choose between the two, I'd choose the other one. But I mean, okay supporting cast. Then we have Killers with Ashton Kutcher and Katherine Heigl. Love this movie. So not what I was expecting to see, and it was a twist and turn kind of movie, and it was just funny as all get out. Definitely check it out. Tom Selleck's even fantastic in this movie. Yeah, definitely check it out if you haven't seen it. Then we have The Bounty Hunter with Gerard Butler and Jennifer Aniston. These two have great chemistry. This movie didn't do well in the box office, but it's still a fantastic movie. And yeah, basically an ex-husband getting to hunt down his ex-wife for a bounty, but she's getting hunted by people. So he has to help her. They fall back in love kind of story. I mean, it's really good. Definitely not as good as The Ugly Truth, but still good. Then we have This Means War. This was way better than I thought it would be as well. I thought it was kind of an outlandish story when I saw the trailer, but I saw it at a Goodwill for $2, so I picked it up. I was very happy I did. I'll have to upgrade this to a 4K. But yeah, the visuals are fantastic in this movie. The soundtrack's great. The acting's great. There's comedy. There's action. It's got everything. McG even directed this, who's kind of is known for overblowing his budgets. And you'd think for a romantic comedy, it shouldn't have a budget like this, but it's great. Then we have The Perks of Being a Wallflower. I initially saw the trailer to this and it looked interesting. I watched it and it was probably one of the best movies I watched all of last year. It was original, done very well, acted very well, great directing, great story. I mean, it's hard to pick flaws at this movie. Leave comments down below if you've seen this movie. I'd love to hear your thoughts on it. Then we have The Switch with Jennifer Aniston and Jason Bateman. Great movie, funny, has a lot of drama to it as well. Great story. You know, it's an outlandish kind of story to where you'd be like, I think you can go to jail for something like that. But it's worth watching. Then we have P.S. I Love You, which was, again, one of the top movies I watched last year. Great original idea. Great cast. You know, it'll have you crying and laughing at the same time. You know, I'm sure most of you seen this one, but if by happenstance you have not, definitely watch this movie. Then we have Life as We Know It. Very touching movie. You know, these two are both known for being difficult on set. So I don't know if I would have wanted to be on the set of this movie. But it turned out very well. Worth watching for sure. Some great cameos in this movie as well. And then finally we have The Vow. This was a sad movie, but it was a really good movie. Great supporting cast. I don't want to do any spoilers on this movie, but it's worth checking out. Just go out of your way to watch it, especially on a Valentine's Day or something like that. But that'll do it for this shelf. If you like content like this, please like and subscribe. Your support is much appreciated. I'm also on Letterboxd. The link is over in my profile of this channel. Otherwise, until next time.